What you're about to hear is an excerpt from our weekly podcast that goes live every single Wednesday. If you are interested in listening to next week's podcast a whole week early, why not consider supporting us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month? That gets you access to all of our podcasts and audio download, and like we said, 1 week early access. Cheers. Thanks. It's the Steam Summer Sale right now, guys, going on from June the 22nd all the way up until July the 5th. So it's arguably one of the biggest events of the PC gaming year, isn't it? It's the big one. Obviously with the winter Christmas sale as well. And it's the one, there's all the memes, all the empty wallets with dust flying out of it jokes.
Those jokes were old two or 3 years ago, and they're still being made. Yeah. Hide your wallets, everyone, all that shit.
Exactly. But because we're a channel that talks about games, people always want to know, well, guys, what games do you like? What games would you recommend? So why don't we curate a little list?
This is it.
We've decided to pick 5 games each, and we're going to run through them individually, and you'll get a nice little idea of what we'd recommend.
Shall I go first? Then?
Yeah, please.
Okay,
guys.
my first pick is Fallout New Vegas. It's currently at £2.49, and by the way, conversion for US dollars, add about 20% and then turn it into dollars, because we'll be talking in pounds, I know I will. And that's down from £9.99. So this has got an 84% Metacritic score, 95% on Steam. Obviously, you're saving 75%. Developed by Obsidian, who were awesome. Published by Bethesda, who aren't so awesome. So it's the best, in my eyes, the best Fallout game. It's got great mod support, and I've sunk over 100 hours into this game. Released October 2010, but like I said, mods are available. It's for £2.49, over 100 hours worth of gameplay.
Wise choice, yeah. Arguably the best Fallout as well.
Yeah. So my next one is This War of Mine at £2.99, down from £14.99. It's 83% on Metacritic, 95% on Steam. 80% off. So this is an indie survival 2D game, and developed and published by 11-Bit Studios. Released November 2014. I sunk over 20 hours into it.
It's got a unique appeal, hasn't it? It's kind of like, I always think of it as like Fallout Shelter, but more gritty.
Yeah, it's very gritty.
Got
I like those type of games. My next up is going to be Mountain Blade Warband. Obviously, the sequels in the works should be here within the next year or so. If you haven't played the original, it's £3.74 now, down from £14.99. Again, another indie game. Released March 2010. I sunk over 60 hours into it. So it's to sum up what I would say the game is. Action RPG strategy simulation. It's like Total War, but you're in first-person mode. Definitely recommend that if you're interested in those types of games. Faster Than Light is my next pick. £1.74, down from £6.99. So it's a 2D indie space roguelike strategy game from 2010. Overwhelmingly positive reviews. You can play it over and over again. I love this game. Definitely for £1.74, it's an absolute bargain.
It's got a huge following, that game, hasn't it? A cult following.
It is. It is an awesome game. My last choice is going to be a wild card, and this is because it's not even released yet. It's called The Long Dark. This is a survival open world tense atmospheric game. It's now at £10.79, which sounds a lot compared to the other games, but it's down from £26.99, and it's been released in 6 or 5 weeks time. So to get a 60% saving on the game that's been released in 5 or 6 weeks time, I don't know, there's just something about it.
It looks different than the others. It's got a nice feel to it,
and the permadeath in it.
That's good. That's a great list. It's Mike.
All right, next up, mine is kind of strategy heavy, I guess. First pick is Total War Warhammer, so that's £13.59, which is an incredible price for this game. It is the best strategy game from last year, no question. In a year with like Civ 6, XCOM 2, there was so many good strategy games last year. This was just the best one. If you're a fan of any kind of strategy whatsoever, if you're a fan of fantasy, just the genre of fantasy, if you love the Lord of the Rings movies, this is like everything that you kind of imagine playing as a kid. Like, why would you not play this? So £13.59 is a very good price for it.
Very passionate.
Play it, yeah. That's my pitch. XCOM 2 is another strategy game from last year, which was also incredible. That's £11.54, which is a huge discount as well. This is such an incredible game. Ubisoft have pitched an XCOM with Mario and
some rabbits from Rayman,
Luigi and Rayman Rabbids, and Nintendo said yes, you can do that with our characters, and that is such high praise. That's amazing. Nintendo is so protective of their stuff. So XCOM 2 is a fantastic strategy game. If Nintendo are doing it, what do we need to do? So my next one is another fantasy game, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, for £3.19, and that's for the Game of the Year edition, so you get all the DLC and stuff. So it is a fantastic brutal action game that's made special, truly special, by the Nemesis system. It's basically a way that you can control and manipulate your enemies to work against each other.
Football Manager, but with
It's exactly that, yeah. So that's definitely worth a buy for £3.19. Half-Life 2, all of Half-Life actually for £3.26. I mean, how could we not include this? You know, arguably the best game of all time for a lot of people. I think the quote on the Steam store is the best game of all time on the actual like cover image of the game. So from PC Gamer, Half-Life 2, if you want to just buy that, that's 69p. You know, the price of an app on your phone or something like that. It's definitely worth the money. And finally, Dishonored, which is an incredible game which I played very late. I only played it a few months ago.
Vaguely remember you saying about...
Yeah, I might have mentioned it a few times. It's Dishonored for $1.99. It is such an engrossing PC game. It is the epitome of PC design for me. It's like, this is how Half-Life 2 became so successful. It just did everything well. It's got all these great mechanics in it. It's really well designed. The world is very, you know, it just draws you in. You want to stay in it. You want to find out stuff about it. It's a fantastic game, but it is a fantastic PC game.
Liam, you're next.
Yeah.
You're next.
It wouldn't be Liam's list without a JRPG.
So, JRPG or two. Go on.
First off, Final Fantasy IX for $7.99, 50% off. You know, it's one of the all-time greats of JRPGs. PC version is really well done. If you want to go on a memorable journey with great characters, fantastic music, and if you're just looking to get into Final Fantasy in general, 9 is a great place to start.
Yeah,
it's one of my all-time favourite games. Next up, I have Resident Evil 4 at £5.09. Again, one of my all-time favourites. Again, it's insanely good. It redefined how action games are made today. Without Resident Evil 4, we wouldn't have games like Gears of War. It completely reworked how like third-person shooters work. It's probably one of my most played games ever. I've played through it at least 30 times, I reckon. Like, if you need to play it, in my opinion.
You've played it 30 times, Liam. I think that's
enough. That's all you have to say. Next up, for great value for money, $9.99, 75% off, got the BioShock collection.
Ah, good.
You get BioShock 1 and 2, BioShock 1 and 2 remastered, and BioShock Infinite with all the DLC. This BioShock pack is fantastic. It's like every game is memorable in its own way. Yeah, if you value storytelling in games, pick up the BioShock collection. So next up, got Transistor as my indie pick.
Yeah,
because this game is fantastic. It's £2.24 at the minute on Steam. It's probably one of my favourite indie games, just because the cyberpunk setting, the music is amazing. The gameplay is like turn-based combat, but with a bit of real-time in there as well. When I finished it, I immediately wanted to start playing it again. And finally, we have Metal Gear Solid 5, The Definitive Experience at £16.74. So this is a pack of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and the prequel game, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. Metal Gear 5 is like probably my favourite open world in any game ever. The world adapts to you, like if you do all your missions at night, the guards start wearing night vision goggles. If you headshot the guards a lot, they wear bulletproof helmets.
Yeah.
I easily played it for about 60 hours, you know.
Yeah,
same. That is quite funny though. It takes soldiers getting headshotted for them to go, maybe we should start wearing helmets.
This has happened 50 times over the course of the past 3 days.
Yeah.
Great game. Metal Gear Solid 5 is amazing. That's a great list again. My list now, and the final list. My first pick is The Wolf Among Us, which is a Telltale game. Some people would argue it's the best Telltale game. £4.74. You go around basically keeping all these creatures from fairy tales in a fictional area of New York City, and you're trying to keep them, you know, away from trouble and things like that. Not so much gameplay heavy, but certainly a great story nonetheless, and definitely a story you should experience for cheaper than the price of a cinema ticket. My next choice is Hotline Miami, which is 75% off at the moment, £1.74, and it's 85% on Metacritic. It's a top-down sort of retro-looking shooter with a great soundtrack, cool visual aesthetic. The gameplay is fast-paced as hell. The whole game is you just storming into rooms, smashing skulls, shooting people to death. And it's got a nice little story that threads it all together, I find.
I love how it goes from smashing skulls, shooting people to death, and it's got a nice little story as well.
It has. I
mean, those two things go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do in this case. Orcs Must Die is my next pick. Was actually my my most played game on Steam. It's 67% off. It's £2.63. In Orcs Must Die, you are a hero who has to defend humanity from orcs that swarm into various levels each time, and the game starts off like a tower defense. You set your traps up for these orcs, and then the waves start. It's like a wave tower defense game, but you control a character who can move around and kill them all individually. It's a fantastic game. I love that, and the sequel, but the first one's is good enough to get started, and for £2.63, why not? I'm going to go for Baldur's Gate 2 next, the Enhanced Edition, 66% off. It's £5.09p, and 95% on Metacritic. Arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Western RPG ever made. Super important game. It inspired so many of the games that you know and love. You might have already heard of it but not picked it up, and if you like stuff like Mass Effect or Pillars of Eternity or The Witcher, you'll find clear indications that they've been inspired by this. An absolute classic game. My last pick, and probably one of the best deals on the whole sale, I'll say, is Brothers, should I say, A Tale of Two Sons, £1.09.
That's a great price.
It's 90% on Metacritic. It's a short little experience. It's kind of one of those games where it has a lot of story without much dialogue. You play as two brothers, and it uses a lot of clever little gameplay mechanics to tie together an exciting adventure with some really cool set pieces, some cool moments, an emotional story. It doesn't outstay its welcome. It's short. It's got a tight bit of execution. It's an excellent game, and if you could listen to me talk about any of these games, and if you were to take one recommendation, buy that one. It's excellent game, and for £1.09p. So that's quite a varied list, may I say, boys. Yeah. We've done quite well there, haven't we?
I think it's great because it reflects all of our individual tastes in games.
And if you're listening to this on the Excerpt or Patreon, why not let us know what you think maybe there's something we've overlooked, because we'd like to hear, because
let us know whose list you think was the best, because I'd like to know. I see. Get competitive here.
So thank you for listening to this podcast excerpt. If you liked the video, make sure to let us know in the comments. Why not subscribe if you're new around here? We've got plenty more content on the screen right now, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.